Okay, so it seems like Hololive has been going through a pretty tough time recently with a lot of graduations and hiatuses, obviously with the recent one being Amane Kanata. But now we're going to be talking about Korone, who's been on hiatus recently, and we've talked about this whenever she initially put out the actual announcement. This was the announcement, by the way. They're saying, due to certain circumstances, I'll be reaching out on behalf of the manager as a proxy. Korone will be taking a temporary hiatus from streaming activities to focus on family care. And they had some like pre-produced videos and stuff as well, which essentially, yeah, they would be releasing. And it seems like that has been happening, especially over on Twitter, right? It seems like there's been some pre-produced stuff, which is really cool to see. And obviously, you know, it seems like that's keeping the channel up and going and people happy with the content that is kind of coming out, right? But it seems like Korone has actually kind of provided us an update on what she's doing, where she is, and kind of an apology on obviously leaving so suddenly, because this was pretty sudden. You know, people know that there has been some issues with Korone and stuff in terms of family and things like that, which again, many people were very empathetic towards, and they understood that, you know, she does need to take this break, and that's totally okay. But she did feel the need to go on Twitter and put out this kind of post here saying, "This is Korone, it's me," obviously referring to the last message. It was actually the manager that put that out for her. So this is actually Korone herself tweeting, saying, "I suddenly took some time off and caused a lot of worry to everyone. I'm so sorry. I don't have a clear timeline for a full comeback yet, but I'm thinking about doing a stream to give an update on my current situation soon. I'll tweet these schedules, so please wait for me." So yeah, it seems like obviously this hiatus will be going on for a little bit longer, and yeah, she says she doesn't have a clear timeline. So I think that's pretty easy to guess that, you know, maybe this isn't going to be ending anytime soon. But again, it seems that she has some kind of full comeback plan already in mind that she wants to discuss over on stream, which I think is going to be very exciting to see. And yeah, many people are awaiting her return, especially with a lot of the sadness that's been going around in the overall Hololive community, obviously with Amane, and also so many other graduations as well, which we've covered over the past couple of months, which has been pretty insane. You know, Hololive has been losing a lot of talent, and, you know, Korone is definitely one that they don't want to lose. But again, I don't think she's going anywhere. I think this is literally just a little break while she, looks after some family stuff. And then I think she will all be back and back to normal whenever that does end, or whenever she can find the time to do it, essentially. And obviously, yeah, you can see here saying a tweet from Korone. She's planning to give an update on her current situation. A lot of people saying I wouldn't be surprised if she tried to make one last collab with Kanata happen despite being on hiatus. Also, Korone is a good dog. So she probably tried to make everyone feel better with this. Said, yeah, considering Korone and Kanata are really close, it's understandable. So Korone is close with all the members. She's just that girl. So Korone is beloved by all. She's your Oshi's Oshi. Which, yeah, I do think, you know, that could make a lot of sense. Obviously, Kanata has a couple of weeks left until she does graduate. So again, that could mean that, you know, Korone might come back for like a one-off stream or something. Obviously, because again, you know, with a lot of these hiatuses, it doesn't mean that Korone is like completely gone and she's gone off to like a trip to Bali or something where she can't even like interact with the internet, right? She could still stream if she really wanted to, but I think, you know, obviously with a lot of the pressures of, you know, looking after family and things, it was easier for them to take a break, and that's how Hololive like to do things. If you've got something going on, it would just be counted as a hiatus rather than messing up like a schedule. They would rather you just go on holiday, or I say on holiday, obviously it's not really a holiday, but they'd rather you go on break rather than, you know, kind of messing up a schedule and going off a schedule, right? As I said, still rewatch clips of Amane Detective Agency solving the silliest crime in Minecraft. I hope that Kanata and Korone have fun at least one last time together on stream. I'm sure Korone will still hang out with Kanata in private, which again, yeah, could be true. Obviously, Kanata kind of mentioned the fact that they would not be kind of continuing on as a, you know, another talent, as an indie talent. So that will never be an option in terms of actual streaming. But sure, I think in the background, you know, they probably still are going to interact in the background with, you know, just kind of doing other stuff and not in the actual public light, which, you know, makes sense. And that's what a lot of people were speculating. Also, a lot of saying hope all is well in the dog family. Also, hope she's doing well besides the news. I know the two have gotten so close after GTRP. I love watching them as father and son so much, and especially the bride wedding arc was superb with Kanata one-tapping Foobs in the head as she was bringing out a knife. I think I'll watch that whole thing again, which, yeah, obviously a lot of people have been discussing Kanata recently, especially within this post about Korone returning, which I do think kind of speaks volumes as to how much Kanata will be missed in the Hololive community, because, again, this is about Korone and her coming back from hiatus, but most of these comments are about Kanata, which I think is quite funny. But again, I do think that, you know, it is because a lot of people are going to be missing Kanata, and also due to the fact of Korone being pretty close friends with, you know, her as well. So again, I do think that is a possibility, and that is something that we could see happening in the future, and hopefully it does happen, because I think a lot of people want to see at least one last collaboration between the two of them, and yeah, before, you know, Kanata eventually leaves, which obviously, yeah, a lot of people are sad about. And also, there has been a slight update as well. I just kind of wanted to add this in the video because we've been talking about hiatuses. Obviously, Aurora has also been on hiatus as well, right? And she actually provided an update saying that her surgery went well and everything, because she went on hiatus due to like a vocal cord surgery or whatever, because again, it was she's having a lot of strain on that. And yeah, one of the things that sucks about vocal cord surgery, especially being a VTuber, is your voice is probably the most important part about streaming whenever it comes to being a VTuber, but she can't use it. So again, you know, it does seem like it all went well, so we should be able to see her coming back at some point whenever she recovers from it, because again, it's more so like not the surgery itself, but the recovery that is going to take the longest. So again, you know, I'll provide you updates if anything else comes out from that. But yeah, as I said, you know, this is literally a couple of days or a couple of weeks after Korone announced her kind of hiatus as well, which was this one. And I do hope that things do go well with Korone's family as well. Obviously, we've been talking about like when she's coming back and things. But again, I do hope that, you know, whatever she has going on, you know, in private, you know, gets better. And yeah, hopefully that does fix itself. And they say, "This is Korone, it's me." Said it looks funny, but she's clarified that she wrote the tweet herself because of, yeah, it was written on behalf of her manager last time, which is 100% true. Yeah, it was written by her manager last time. So again, some people might have been confused if it was them. And people said, "Stay strong." Said, "Yubi, can't wait for her return. I hope everything is fine. I hope she's going to be okay." You know, yeah, a lot of people just hoping that she's okay and can get like the right amount of rest, because again, obviously it can also be concerning for some people whenever VTubers return from a hiatus. You know, if they're maybe pushing it a little bit, maybe, you know, they're trying to get back into the space too quickly. But I do think Korone is pretty, you know, level-headed whenever it comes to this kind of stuff, and can kind of, yeah, decide when to come back and when is the best time to come back. But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is to the situation and to Korone's hiatus. Again, it is still ongoing at the moment, but it seems like we will get some updates on, you know, exactly what she plans to do going forwards, and maybe that involves stuff with Kanata as she is leaving, and how close the two are. That would be very nice to see, and a lot of people have been speculating that. But for now, that is essentially it. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.